not as if I'm very proud of it that my 3 marriages failed, but I am coming to you to give you experiences, the things that I knew that I would have avoided, things that would have made me not to go into all those marriages. So on this, our relationship episode, I'm still telling you stories on the experiences I gathered from my first marriage. If you started following this story from the beginning, you know I told you guys that I gathered experience from 3 failed marriages. It's not as if I'm very proud of it that my 3 marriages failed, but I am coming to you to give you experiences, the things that I knew that I would have avoided, things that would have made me not to go into all those marriages, the telltale signs, but still I ignored all those things and I paid a lot of consequences for it. It nearly took my life, but thank God I am here to tell the story. So I want people to learn from my story. Also, if you have stories and if you have experiences that you want to share so that people will learn from it, I would like you to message me on my DM so we arrange for you to join my podcast so as to share your story for other people to know. Okay, still on my first marriage, my experiences. The last story, if you haven't seen it, please go and see it because this is a continuation of it. So, after the hotel incident, when my ex-husband squandered the money that we were supposed to use to travel, and then he had to put us, me and the children, because I had my first son then, I was pregnant to my second son, I had my house help, and I had his son, his son from another marriage. Okay, so now all of us have to make do with a cheap hotel that Mosquito was there. Because of what? He had used the money that we're supposed to use to do other things. I don't know what he did with the money, but I know that he had to pay for hotels for those few days to stay. And as a result of that, he placed priority on himself and not to his family. By the time it is for us to go to the airport to travel to UK, because I couldn't get the US visa, we had to come to UK on holidays. So I will get to that later on. We got on the plane. We landed at Gatwick Airport. Yeah. So there in Gatwick Airport, we were supposed to take train or whatever to go to town. But because he had spent the money that we are supposed to use to do those, do you know that he had to leave me and the children in the airport for him to go and sell some goods like and all this stuff that he bought. He wanted to sell it. So he left us in the airport and went into town, whatever, in order to sell this, to raise money for us to be able to transport ourselves into town. That was what a child that was pregnant then went through. We were in the airport for over 7 hours because we landed early in the morning. I was sitting down on my box and the children were all over fidgeting, very, very hungry. People will pass and ask me, are you okay, this, that? I'm not okay, obviously, but I don't know what to tell them. So we waited there until, I don't even know the time, but I know that we spent more than 7 hours there before he now came back and got tickets for us to go into town. So we now proceeded. I was thinking that he made adequate arrangements for us where we're going to stay and so on. But no, he didn't. And that's a terrible story that I'm going to tell you after this one, because if I start it, it's going to be long. We boarded a coach from Gatwick to Victoria, and from that Victoria, we had to get into town where we were supposed to stay. At this moment, I have started regretting why I went into this marriage. Because the reason why I'm telling you guys this is for you to advise your what? Advise your daughters, advise your sons. You know, people need to really, really be careful before going into certain relationship. Don't just have one straight mind that, look, just because of just one thing that I wanted, that's it. You're putting the life of a lot of people, especially your children or your unborn children, at risk. I did. I put the life of myself and my children at risk. As we were going, I was asking questions. But why is it that you have to leave us to go and sell something before this? And then he was like, if I don't close my mouth, if I don't close my mouth and keep on asking, and that he's going to deal with me. So I shut my mouth up. I didn't say anything else. We went to a market because obviously he hasn't even raised the money yet. After everything, I now realized, I found out that I don't know who gave him tickets for us. Or maybe I don't know how he applied. You know UK now. So maybe one way or the other, he might have gotten free tickets for us, because I later realized that he hasn't even collected money from those goods that he took to the market. I remember the name of the market then. It's called Shepherd's Bush Market. So it's in West London. So that was where he went to sell all those food stuff. And when we got there, we had to wait for him to go to shop and so on. Probably the places that he... Remember, we had a lot of our bags and everything. And then after that, that was when we made our way to the house where we were supposed to be. I have to tell you stories. This is my first marriage, and I'm just gonna cut it short, because if I tell a full story and episodes, we're not gonna leave. Because my main aim of bringing all these things is not just because I want to tell a story. It's because I want a lot of people to learn from my mistake, because I got into marriage for a wrong purpose. I got into marriage for a wrong reason. And when you get into marriage or relationship for a wrong reason, a lot of things will go wrong. Okay? Like I told you guys, mine nearly took my life, but we will still get to that stage where I will tell you why I said mine nearly took my life. So he took us to the place where we were supposed to stay. And yes, I'm going to continue this story because I don't want this video to be too long. So see you in my next video.